Good morning. I'm in Texas and I'm after the freeze, so I've decided I'm going to go right back to recording. And today I wanted to show you a paper pumpkin. Paper pumpkin is a box that comes every month, and for $22 you get something that looks like this. You get stamp sets. Let me see if I can get this focused. This is a stamp set that comes with every month. You get this, and with your first subscription you get a clear acrylic block that'll fit all your stamps. Every month you get something that is prepared for you. It comes with instructions. This kit shows you what is you can also purchase. This shows you what's coming next. Sometimes we get little sneak peeks, so that's always fun. And then with that kit you get ink that you can continue to use along with your block and along with the stamps. So this is something that you will continue to use every month. But with it, I've unpacked, I buy several. Comes with instructions, and it shows you step by step how to do these. Has a ruler on the bottom, so if you have any measurements you can have it right there for you. It also has some alternatives on the back that you can use and do differently. Lots of times you'll find people on YouTube making different, not always following the exact instructions. Sometimes what I do is I buy two. One, I follow the instructions, and the second one I do what I want on. It just depends on what the kit looks like and what I'm feeling, and it's always a wonderful surprise. You just never know what you're going to get. I also keep this cardboard that comes to protect all of your supplies. It's great for having a back to stamp on, or like if I'm coloring with some of my blends, which are additional, but sometimes I use my blends. It's nice to have this backing because they're alcohol inks. They can go through the paper. So let me get started with what we have. We have dimensionals, and we also have glue dots. And you use those for sticking your items together. Now what you'll find that I use often is my snail tape and my stamp and seal. This is an additional purchase, but it just makes it easier, and it's great for filming. So nice tip to have. Okay, let's get started. I am also going to be using my large stamp pad instead of the small one. It's just easier for me. So it's one of the things I do swap out. I do keep these. They're great for when I use my Stamparatus, which that's a whole nother lesson. I'll show you sometime. So here we go. What I have done is I have punched all of these out. They come in sheets, and I punch them all out. And then I know that this particular card is all of these things. Here, I'm out of the camera. Here, it's all of this. So I put them all together, and then I put all of these together. There's the thinking of you. And it's kind of interesting. Stampin' Up! Has started putting different languages. So if you have French, you can use the French. If you have English, there you go. And then this is German. So kind of neat. Some of our stamps also come in Spanish. Here in Texas, that's a real plus. And then I put this one together. here's my stamp. And I see on this first one, all I really need to do is stamp the words. So whatever words I want to put on this. And this particular set has to do with, it's a bouquet of hope. So it's making, sending people hope in the mail. And oh, don't we need that right now? So I think I'm going to, this particular one is sorry for your loss. I'm not sure I want to do sorry for your loss. I know people who are hurting. I am going to go look in my stash and see if I can't find something else that is maybe gives them hope, but maybe they didn't lose anything. Maybe they just had something happen to their house and they just need some continued strength. So I'm going to go look in my stash of stamps. I'll be right back. I'm back. I like this particular set. It is a wonderful, beautiful set, and I put my die cuts inside. But I like this saying, know that you are loved, because who doesn't need to know that? So I think I'm going to use that one here, see if it fits. And then for the inside, I like this one too. The journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. That's a nice one for somebody who has some sorrow. So, let me see if know that you are loved. I'm pretty sure it'll fit. It might have to go this way, so I might have to turn it. But that works. I can still do that. I can make things go sideways. I have skills. When I put these on, I look at them. So I look at where, and usually I have my grid paper here. I've been creating, I must tell you, I've been having so much fun creating. I haven't even filmed. There we go. See, when it's on a grid, you can look through the grid and put it on. I still test it because they can be sneaky. Okay, if you saw my desk, you would see how it's all over the place. Alright, now because this has a sponge underneath it, I don't need a pad. But if I were using these, and you get them every month, we also sell our piercing mat. And our piercing mat is something that I just keep it, I keep it in its container because I can get ink on it. I still put a piece of paper over it and I use it. So it gives me the cushion that you don't have here, but I have it here. So this is just another, it'll still stamp without it. I just sometimes prefer that. A little cushion, just a tiny bit of cushion. Okay, let's see. I've been using this color a lot, so I might need to re-ink it. Let's see how you are. Yeah, it's kind of light. So let me show you how to re-ink. I have my re-inker. Whenever I order an ink pad, I always order a re-inker. I'm going to move some of my stuff so it's completely out of the way. There. And I start dropping, and you'll know how much ink you really need. Usually see how it's soaking it up? Oh, maybe you can't see that because this is so dark. Let me see if I can get it up there. I don't think you could see it, but it is soaking it in So I know I need to re-ink. And I just put this over. And then I have a spoon. I got it from some fast food restaurant. I don't know. But any plastic spoon or an old credit card people have a tendency to use. I have a little spoon that I keep in my drawer like this. And I just push that ink down. I spread it out. And then I just wipe my spoon off and she's ready to go again. I haven't filmed in a while, so this is almost like new again. Okay, let's try it now this time. Sometimes you can get so much ink on there that it gets so juicy that you're... See what a difference? I mean, that is just good. Okay, so now I'll bring this in here. Sometimes you can get so much ink that it becomes so juicy. But I think it looks good. And I'll let this dry a minute. And I have a little... We have a sponge that wipes off any of your stamps to clean it. It looks pretty dirty, but that's just stained. And see, it just takes the ink right off. I always keep this real close to me. For my classes, I cut it in 4s and everybody gets one. Okay, let's take a look at this. And it seems to me, I've got my instructions down here. I don't know, I just kind of look at that. To me, that's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. All they're asking us to do is put this down on top. And isn't this just a beautiful color? I love this paper. I will probably do something different with this just because it's so nice. Use my bone folder to make sure this is pressed down. And it looks to me that it's not on dimensionals. I would want this to be flat because I don't want the foil to get caught on anything. So I am going to put my snail here. Normally you would use the dots that they give us. Where are they? Well, I can't find them. Oh, here they are, right beside me. Normally you use these and then you just peel off the release paper, but this is so much easier. I like this. Did I get the right one? Yes, I did. Put it on my grid paper. Make sure it's nice and straight. And I see that they have some of our, I don't know if you can see that, but there is some twine in here. And they've just kind of looped it. So it probably tells us how much. Here, I will be a good girl and look. It tells us to use... Cut 15 inches. So 15 inches. There's 7, 14, and an inch. I'm not that exact. And I keep a little ribbon on my scissors because that tells me it is just for ribbon. It is not for paper. Paper will in time kind of dull your stuff. So it looks to me like this is just kind of looped and hanging out. And where did I put my, here it is. It's drying. So I can still keep it this way. I could turn my card this way, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm turning it this way. Instead of it being vertical, I'm going to have it horizontal. And this I will put dimensionals on. And behind those dimensionals, I will put my twine. So I'm going to peel these off. And just loop it around and have it stick to those. So loop it underneath and have it stick. Just kind of a loopy mess. But it adds for dimension with your eyes. And then it's just placed on here. Now to me that's really plain. They also give us these sequins that we can put on. Again, I'm using a tool that we sell. It just makes it so nice and easy. I can just pick these up and place them wherever I want. And I think I've got to place one like on that loopy. And typically you do 3s or 5s, you do odd numbers, and you do like a triangle. So I have made a triangle with my art. That's that one. Easy, right? Easy peasy. And on the inside, I always do my inside. I always stamp something. So I think with this one, I said I was going to stamp the journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. Love that. Peel off my stamp. I'm going to put it on another. I have like several blocks. You could peel off one and put another on. I have them, so I'm going to use them. And any great grid paper helps line it up. So I put my block on a line. Put the same across the line. And I always test it out. See, it needed a little more ink. There we go. One card down. Beautiful, huh? And we've completed this one. Now we're going to work on this one. And put my ink away. I don't want to put my elbow in my ink. I've done that. So, one done. And now we have all of this. I'll move all of this. Clean up my desk just a tad. Okay. This one is where these come in very handy, because on vellum you can see through. You can see things. So like if I put a dot there, you're going to see it. So the key to this is wherever I'm putting my flowers is where I'm going to put my glue dots. So ahead of time, I know that it's going to be these two opposite corners. as where the glue dots are going to go. So when I put this on, move this, take this, fold it. You're going to hear my daughter come home. So you're going to hear garage door noise. And then you might hear the dogs running downstairs to go see her. There we go. This is going to go on like this. Isn't that beautiful? Just like that. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to put my glue dots here because I know I'm going to have a flower here. I know I'm going to have a flower down here. So that's where I'm going to definitely concentrate my glue dots. I'm telling you. There and there. So I'm going to flip it over. I am going to use but we're going to put flowers. I think I can put them right there. And so then it'll be opposite there. And I'll just make sure I put the flowers over it. That's all. Okay, I'll peel this off. Come on, get there. There we go. They always give you plenty, so you don't have to worry about not having enough. I'm going to put this on. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I can see the glue dots right there and right there. So when I put our flowers on, well, I guess first I'm going to put Thinking of You on. No, I'm going to put my flowers on first. Now Thinking of You is pretty big. Sorry, work with me. This is my first time doing this one. Usually I make a few. Okay. Very carefully peel her off. Got one part on me. She wants to stick to me. It's okay. She likes me. It's all one. Which if I wanted to cut it apart, you know, I could if I wanted different placement. So don't be afraid to do the things you want to do when you see something. Because I could put you somewhere and I could put Thinking somewhere. I wouldn't have to have it all stuck together. But, ooh, my fingers are getting so sticky. Okay, I think I'm going to do there. Come off me. There. Now I'll put my flowers on, and I can put it, I can lift this up. So maybe you do want to put your flowers on first, since I'm figuring this out for you. So you don't have to make mistakes. Come off of there. It wants to stick to my nails. You know, they're acrylic nails, so everything wants to stick to them. Okay, flower. I want to make sure my flower doesn't go over the top of my card or it won't fit in the envelope. There we go. And this one fits beautifully. So probably if I do this again, I don't know, I may cut my thinking of you apart. And let's see, where do I want this? I think I want to fill in this corner a little. I think up here I need to fill in. And there it is, thinking of you. Really simple, very fast, but see, it'll stay on. Thinking of you, and let's see what our stamp set has, the one that it comes with. Let's see if I can find that. How about sharing in your sorrow, thinking of you, and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. Sorry for your loss. I'll always be here for you. I think I like I'll always be here for you. And I have a way of doing this. Can you see me? I put this on my grid and I line the words up on a line. It's upside down, and I just stick my block on. Now I know it's on straight. And I'll take my ink, move my flowers away so I don't hurt them, and get them all inky. Now, like I said, because this is doesn't have a cushion underneath it, let's see how well it stamps. It wants to release. This is photopolymer, so photopolymer is a material that wants to release the ink. So see, it does fine without any cushion. Sometimes if you have a lot of solid space to your stamp, it won't want to release as well. It wants to release, but it just has so much to release that a pad helps. I'll always be here for you. And again, like I said, I try to stamp something on the inside, so I'm going to take these little flowers that we get, and because I have other colors from previous months, or because I am a stamper and have lots and lots, I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to stamp these flowers on the inside. And I see we have a leaf, so I'm going to put the leaf on here too. And make sure our little flowers have leaves. Yep. Got a little club big there, didn't I? Okay, it's better if you don't touch the flower. See, this cluster looks better than this cluster because I hit the flower. Don't do that. So there's card number 2, just like what they showed us. Put it in my windowsill. Here's card number 3. It's going to turn out like this. So what they've done with this one is taken the card. We get 3 of each kind this time, and it varies. Sometimes, like for Valentine's, sometimes it's a little bag, and you get to fill it full of goodies. Sometimes it's Eastery, sometimes it's adventure, just depends. Okay, this one says, I'll always be here for you. I think that's a good one. That's something that we can always use. And I have it already inked. I'm going to ink it again and put it on my tag. And set this aside. To me, this goes on like this. I think it's down a little, so I'm going to put it here. This gets raised up, so I want to make sure my flowers stay within the border, and then this sentiment is going to go on top of it. I'll put this down. I'm going to put it down here. I really want to make sure I have plenty of room. I think they had it up a little bit. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to put the flowers on using my dimensionals. And if you ever need to cut a dimensional in half, you can certainly do so. I think that's plenty. Did I get it all off? Yes. And this is going to go in the corner like that. This also gets put on dimensionals. And when it comes to sentiments or anything that's like long like this, I have a tendency to put dimensionals certainly in the center because you don't want it to bow. Sometimes they can bow. And this is off-centered a little bit. Whoop, it'd help if I had it the correct way. Off-centered a little. And we get to use our sequins. Be great if I could find him. Here we are. And see how they've put 3 on? They've done 1, 2, 3. So, and they're different sizes. On this one, on the other one, you really needed to see them, so I made sure I used all the same size. On this, we can certainly see that they're different sizes. There we go. There's the third one. I'm always here for you, and know that you are loved. Again, I like that one. That's not in our set, so let me see what we have. We can have sharing in your sorrow, thinking of you, and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. Sorry for your loss. I'm thinking of you. I'll always be here for you. Sorry for your loss. I like sorry for your loss. Because if I'm going to hold hands with somebody, I gotta really. What if I don't know them so well? They might not want me to hold their hand. You know, it's COVID. Okay, let's see how this one stamps without a mat. My paper. And sometimes the first time you stamp something, it wants to, it needs a moment to get the ink on there. That one is a good stamper. You know, sometimes if you rub your hand over the over the acrylic. So if I take this and rub my hand over the acrylic, then it will pick up the ink. Make sure you clean it. But I have this bouquet. They gave us a bouquet, but I have a bouquet and a stamp, and then all I have to do is color these in. So it's very, very thoughtful of them. And there is the last card. Now I will take the rest of these and I will do something totally different with them. And when I get that done, I will show you. Thank you, stampers. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a while since I've done anything. Bye.